Welcome back to Local Gaming. I'm going on to my second play of Marvel Champions, the card game, the LCG by Fantasy Flight Games. This is literally about 10 or 15 minutes after my first playthrough with Spider-Man. I'm trying both of the two starter decks that came in the core set packaged up separately with their own, they had these special starter deck reference cards in front of them that say, don't open until you're ready to play your first game. And then there was one for Rhino there. So just trying this new player experience straight out of the box, exactly how the designer and publishers suggest you learn the game. So I've got Carol Danvers, not Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. Here I've got her deck all sleeved up. And then I've got, it's Rhino, I think Bomb Scare, and the standard encounter cards here. We've got Captain Marvel's obligation card that we need to shuffle into the enemy encounter deck. These new sleeves are awfully slippery. I shouldn't really say new sleeves. I've had these sleeves for a long time, just haven't opened and used them. All right, so villain encounter deck done. Is that upside down? Some of them are and some of them aren't. That's gonna drive me nuts. All right, so hand size of 6 starting on our alter ego side. Let's just cut one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hulk. He looks pretty beefy. What is this? This is aggression. I sleeved these, haven't read or looked at any of them. So Hulk, no thwart, 3 attack. After Hulk attacks, discard the top card of your deck. If that card's printed resource has, what's that one called? The fist. Physical, 2 damage to an enemy. Lightning is energy. Yeah, energy. Deal 1 damage to each character. Mental, discard Hulk. Wild, do all of the above. I hope I don't have very many mental icons in this deck. He seems cool. 5 health, 3 attack. Are we going to keep that? Relentless Assault. Deal 5 damage to a minion. If you pay with a physical resource, the attack gains overkill. Excess damage from the attack is dealt to the villain. Is that a first-hand card? Crisis Interdiction, Hero Action, Thwart. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Then if you have the aerial trait, remove 2 threat from a different scheme. She does not have the aerial the aerial trait. Which is odd because she flies in both her alter ego mode and her hero. Not mode, but her alter ego life. She's a pilot. After Mockingbird enters play, stun an enemy. Yes, please. Seems too good. Photonic Blast. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this using an energy resource, draw a card. Uppercut. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. Wow, this is just like punch, 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 punch. So I don't have free resources like I have with Spider-Man. But she's going to let me draw a card as an action in alter ego mode. Then I can flip. And I can spend an energy resource to heal a damage from her. Do I have to heal a damage to draw a card? Or do I just, if I spend the energy resource, is that enough? If you know, can you let me know in the comments down below? Do I have to heal damage and spend the energy to draw that card? Hulk is kind of a gamble. Maybe I use this as a resource because there isn't a minion right out at the very beginning of the game. She has 2 thwart herself. If we stun him right away with Mockingbird, I will have just enough resources after I draw a card to pay for a 2-cost card and a 3-cost card. I think I just keep this hand. Part of learning the game. So I'm going to keep, there's no setup action, or there's no setup information on Captain Marvel here. So we just start. So I'm going to play down Hulk. And pay for Hulk with these 2 cards. After Hulk attacks, and I can do this stuff in any order, right? So there's no reason not to just attack with him now. Wait, let me back up. Let me do this action first to draw a card, see what I get. Attack team. Put 3 counters on it, exhaust it to deal 2 damage to an enemy, and you have to remove a counter. Do I like Mockingbird more than that? This is 6 damage. Mockingbird is 3 damage, but she could block. She could also thwart if I need her to. All right. So still the same. I will do that. And Hulk will attack before we get Mockingbird out, just in case his damage is going to be dealt. So after Hulk attacks, discard the top card from your deck, and we look. Oh, it's mental. I bet you there's not very many of those in my deck too. So we have to discard Hulk. That's a bummer, but he's going to do us 3 damage. Right? It's after he attacks, yeah. So he would have done his damage, and then we check. Is how I would play that. I think we flip. Let's play Mockingbird. Cost us 3. We've got 3 resources here. And we will stun Rhino. And attack, and attack. She takes a damage from attacking. That's 2, 3 more damage, so down to 8. And I'm out of cards. So there's nothing to discard. We draw up to our hand size. We're at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and ready. Characters. Combat training. Play under any player's control. Hero gets +1 attack. Crisis interdiction. This is the remove 2 threat. Power of aggression. Double the number of resources this card generates while paying for an aggression card. So this is like that justice card. Relentless assault is the 5 damage to a minion, and attack team is the one we can exhaust for damage. Okay. Villain's turn. Threat on the main scheme. I'm in hero form, but he's stunned. So instead of him attacking, we discard the stun. So I'm just assuming that that just completely negates his complete attack, so he doesn't even get a boost card or anything. It's kind of just, that's an assumption of mine. Seems right though. Deal an encounter card to each player. And we don't have any extra encounter cards because we don't have any schemes or anything out yet. Crowd control. Panic civilians crowd the area. It's difficult to confront Rhino without putting them at risk. Get the people to safety. Oh, I know this is a new video and I read this before, but our main scheme here is Rhino trying to smash through the facility wall and steal a shipment of vibranium. You must stop him. So this is a crisis one. It has that crisis symbol on it, the crisis icon. We have to remove threat from this first before the main scheme, is my understanding of how that operates. And we got to put 2 on there per player. Okay, that's bad cards. Now my turn. 8 hit points left. Do I need to worry about the... So 1, 2, 3. I don't have any other. Crisis interdiction. That's a Captain Marvel card. What's that? So this counts as 2 resources when I'm paying for an aggression card. So here's a question. Relentless Assault is deal 5 damage to a minion. It has overkill. If I pay for it with a physical resource. If there's no minion to target, even though it has overkill, does that just go straight to Rhino? Or do I have to have a minion to at least take 1 damage and then the rest would go to Rhino? Without having a lot of plays, I don't know if I'm not going to flip. If I'm not in alter ego mode and he's not going to scheme, do I need to worry about playing Crisis Interdiction? I'm so used to playing games where your resources are not on the cards, so when you get cards in hand, you're like, oh, I want to save this for the optimal time to play it. But I feel like efficiency here is dump as much as you can and just get new cards. Of course, that could be from watching a lot of Team Covenant play, because that's kind of how they play. So, I mean, I could play this with this as 2 resources because it's an aggression card. And then that leaves me with not enough to play. Attack team seems pretty good. Combat training gets me +1 attack. It seems good to have upgrades and stuff out that are also good, but you know, sacrificable, if that's a word, to like a bad encounter card that says discard something or get a new card. Attack team is 6 damage though. 6 damage. It costs 3. That would be 2. I missed Spider-Man's free resources. Free resource. 2, 3, and then I still don't have enough to pay for another one. Because these are hero actions. Unless I flip and draw a card. I'd have to attack 6 times in order for this upgrade to be more value than playing the attack team, because the attack team is going to do 6 damage. Is that the right way to look at it? So maybe I get Tac Team out with Power of Aggression and Relentless Assault. I can attack, flip. Draw a card. If I flip though, so he's going to scheme for 1 plus a boost. And that could be 4. That just gets that so close to... so I don't know what's better, to build or what. But okay, we'll just figure it out. Tac Team. Paying for it 2 from Power of Aggression because it's an aggression card, and Relentless Assault. Keeping this in my hand. We need 3 counters. So this doesn't even say that it's a hero action or anything, so I could use it whenever I want. So before we flip, let's attack. 2, taking Rhino down to 6. Then we flip. We'll do this action to draw a card. And we got a 0-cost event. Chase them down. Response thwart. After your hero attacks and defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Yeah, that's all right. All right, so let's do this. Let's exhaust, do this action to do 2 more damage, taking him down to 4. Then I think what I'm going to do, since I'm in alter ego mode, I'm going to play Crisis Interdiction. Using these 2 cards to pay for it. Remove 2 threat from this. And then I'll have Mockingbird thwart the main scheme. Okay. Nothing to discard, so we're in alter ego, so we get 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which really is going to be 7 because we can just draw 1. We ready stuff. We got chase them down. We got emergency. When the villain schemes, reduce the amount of threat placed on the scheme by 1. Heyo, perfect timing. Energy channel, superpower, max 1 per player. This is a Captain Marvel card. Spend X energy resources, put X energy counters here. Hero action, attack. Discard energy channel, deal 2 damage to an enemy to a maximum of 10 for each energy counter here. What? I did see when I opened up the pack, when I was sleeving the cards, she has cards that have 3 energy resources on them. Power of Aggression, which is interesting because I've got all Captain Marvel cards in my hand other than this basic and this 0-cost aggression card. So thanks, Power of Aggression. Captain Marvel gains the aerial trait. What was that card? Oh, Crisis Interdiction. There wasn't enough there anyways. Captain Marvel's helmet. Captain Marvel gets +1 defense, +2 instead if you have the aerial trait. When Captain Marvel would take damage, discard Cosmic Flight to prevent 3 of that damage. So she's got a little bit of building she can do. She can get aerial trait, she can get her helmet on. All right. So, villain turn. Place 1 on the scheme. And I'm in alter ego, so he's going to be scheming. So he schemes for 1, +2. Boost icons there, so 3. Yeah, see, so it's already a 4 out of 7. Man. Oh, wait, hang on. Even though I'd like to play it as a resource. Ooh, and it's an energy. have anything else to thwart. After your hero attacks and defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. So here's an interesting question. Does taking a villain from one stage to the next stage constitute defeating the enemy? Let me know in the comments if you know. Wow, I want different cards. I think I almost need to just play this to reduce that. So we're at 3 out of 7. And if I'm going to be in hero mode next turn, it's not going to pump, but maybe we Mockingbird it. But first things first, let's get our bad card before we even start thinking about a bunch of plans, because this could change it. Nothing that gives me an extra. Advanced when revealed, the villain schemes. Okay. Back to me. Let's do this action first to draw 1 card. Okay, we got another energy resource. We don't have any alter ego actions here, so I'm just going to flip right away. I don't have a minion to worry about, so I don't see any reason why not to just do this to deal 2 damage. So he's down to 2 hit points. It's only been about half an hour, and I can't even remember what happens when he goes from level 1 to level 2. But this would deal 2 damage. Or, no, sorry, it would deal 3 damage. And I could pay for it. Man, power of aggression. It seems really inefficient to use it for 1 resource. Just keep it in my hand, maybe. Maybe I do damage through cards and use my characters to thwart on the scheme. Actually, I might save Mockingbird to soak the damage, even though I've got 12 hit points, and I can take a hit. Let's use these 2 to pay for Haymaker. Although that's not efficient either, because it's 3 and that's 2. It could be dangerous to not thwart this time, but I think I have to deal with an encounter card. I'm just going to look. Oh no, it's another side scheme that comes out. Shuffle the encounter deck. That's not that bad. Oh, it's that one that gives me an extra encounter card, though. I think. Maybe I keep those. Before I play anything, Captain Marvel will attack to take Rhino to 0. So we will advance Rhino to stage 2, back to 15 hit points, and we have to search for Breaking and Taken. That's right, Breaking and Taken. Right on the bottom. best flavor text in the industry on the Breaking and Taken card. Rhino was breaking things and taking them. Yes, so we've got 3 threat. Starts with 2 plus 1 per player. But it's not a crisis one, so we can still take stuff off of the main one there. Now I'm going to play Haymaker, paying these 2. I really wish I knew. Let me just peek at the rules real quick. I doubt it's in here. I'll throw a cut in here because I want to peek at the rules to see if that counts as defeating an enemy. So when I read this, it says, if the villain's hit point dial is reduced to 0, the players have defeated that stage of the villain. So, and it doesn't say minion on this card, the chase them down card. It says, after your hero attacks and defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. So when I attacked him with Captain Marvel and reduced his dial to 0, I think that counts as defeating an enemy. So I'm going to play Chase Them Down for its response to remove 2 threat from a scheme. And then now I will play Haymaker and pay for it with, man, Power of Aggression. Just, it seems so inefficient to use it this way. Although, wait a minute, that's 3 damage. If I do it this way, I can get 4 damage out of the same 3 cards. Oh, an energy channel, I can just keep putting stuff on it. I don't have to do it right now. All right, I want to get a full hand of cards. So I'll pay for Haymaker with those 2 cards. So that's 3 damage, taking him down to 12. And then I'm going to put Energy Channel down. And as an action, I will spend this energy resource to put a counter there. Now Mockingbird. I've got 12 hit points, so I'm not too concerned about blocking with her. So I will thwart one off the main scheme, and then she will take her last damage and be gone. Okay, hand size of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready my cards. What did we get? Alpha Flight Station. Exhaust Alpha Flight Station. Choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Draw 1 card. Draw 2 cards instead if you're Carol Danvers. So if you're on your alter ego side, it's a good card draw. Ooh, look at this. Energy. Power up. Energy channel. First aid. Another energy channel. Photonic blast. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If you pay for this card using energy resource, draw a card. Okay. Villain. 1 on the main scheme. I'm in hero mode, so he's going to attack with that boost card. Do I defend with a defense of 1? Probably not. So he's coming in with an attack of 3. No boost. So we will take the 3 to go down to 9. Okay, bad cards, you gotta remember to take 2. So 1, 2. Hard to keep down. Revealed. Rhino heals 4 damage if no damage was healed this way, so we just take him back to 15. And second card, Hydra Mercenary. So it's actually my first minion. Maybe? Guard. While this minion is engaged with you, you cannot attack the villain. 3 hit points, 0 scheme, 1 attack. But minions would have already attacked before we got to the encounter cards, so he's just going to stay engaged with me. Or he just becomes engaged with me, right? Kind of like Arkham, where they come out of the encounter deck and then you get like a turn to figure out what you're going to do about them. So Alpha Flight Station is nice, but we could probably use that as a resource. I don't think we need to do first aid. We don't need another energy channel. 3 hit points. That's unfortunate. I probably want to put 2 more energy here. Using energy. That's 4 damage if I do that, or do I use it to pay 2 here? Because this would be 5 damage. But then what am I doing about this guy? I need to take care of this guy first. So it's almost attack team. 3 damage is terrible. Or 3 hit points, I mean. I cannot attack the villain, it says, but it doesn't. Oh, this is an attack. Okay. Heal 2 damage from any character. Just 1, 2, 3 to pay for this. 2 to pump up that. So let's do that to put 2 damage here. Discard that. We'll attack with Captain Marvel. Here. Then I think we do this action to spend 2 energy resources. To make this have 3 on it. Just build up for a big blast on, the most we can do is 10, so 2 more and that'll be maxed out. And then while we're still in hero mode here, we're not using an energy resource to pay for this. So we're going to play Photonic Blast, paying 3 resources to deal 5 damage to Rhino, to take him down to 10. And that's all my cards. Saving that. I'm not going to flip because I have room to take damage, and I'd rather not get a bunch more on the main scheme. Strength. Another Photonic Blast, which is good. That's 5 damage plus this 6 is a dead Rhino. Spider-Woman. After Spider-Woman enters play, confuse the villain. What does confuse do? Next time this character would thwart or scheme, discard the status card instead. Okay. Genius. We've got all kinds of resources this time. All right. We ready? And we take an attack because we first 1 on the main scheme. Villain will attack me. Do I defend for fun? Because I haven't done that before. He's going to do 3. I've got 9. Depends on what 2 encounter cards I get. Can he do 9 damage to me in 1 turn? It'd be 6 attack, and then can I take 3 out of here? Let's defend for fun, just because I haven't done it before. So I'm defending with 1, basically. So he's coming in at 3 attack, 2 boost, so that makes it 5, minus the 1 is 4 damage, so I'm down to 5. Then we get 2 encounter cards because of this. Explosion. When revealed, if Bomb Scare is in play, which it's not, assign X damage among heroes and allies, where X is the amount of threat on Bomb Scare. If Bomb Scare is not in play, this card gains Surge. So what's the order? Should I do that card before this card? I don't know, is there an actual order, or do I just choose? Stampede. When revealed in Hero, a Rhino attacks you. If a character is damaged by this attack, that character is stunned. Okay, this is bad. Because now I could die. I could die. That's his boost, right? Anytime he attacks, he gets a boost. 3. Oh no, +2, I died. I died. Well, it's a good thing I defended, or I would have been dead even quicker. And I would have been stunned. Oh, that's a bummer. So I had damage in hand to defeat him, but yes, that's a lesson learned. Be ready from encounter cards to possibly take multiple attacks. So saving, instead of thwarting, I should have saved Mockingbird to probably take an attack that turn. Was that the turn she thwarted, or was that the previous turn? I can't remember. Allies are good. What was the last one? Armored Rhino suit. Attached to Rhino. Forced interrupt. When any amount of damage would be dealt to Rhino, place it here instead. Then, if there are at least 5 damage here, discard Armored Rhino suit. Oh, so he would have had 15 health. "15 health, you say?" I did not have an energy resource to spend for that. Could I have done 15 damage? I need to do 5 exactly here, because it's not going to spill over. And I could have done that with Photonic Blast as a hero action. Okay, so that 5 would have gotten rid of that. Then he's got 10. I've got 6, 7, 8 because she defended. So with that, I did not have damage in hand because that also came out. And I did not get another energy resource to pump this up for more damage. Let's see though, I could have flipped and drawn a card. Ooh, Nick Fury. I would not have had the resources to pay for Nick though. Oh, I needed this card to have the resources to pay for Spider-Woman. just to get the 2 attack, 2 and 6 and 8. And I did not have the energy to draw a card with that one. So I was another turn away. All right, so 1 win and 1 loss. I think I'll play with Miss Marvel again with this same aggression deck, having learned the lesson of blocking attacks. It's good, though. It's really good to, especially in a cooperative game, solo/cooperative, whatever, you definitely can't expect to win every time. And coming right out of the gate, especially, you just have to take it in stride that you're going to learn stuff in your first games. Hopefully, you're going to learn stuff that you can apply in your later plays. All right, so there you go, a loss to Rhino with Captain Marvel. Probably not the deck or Captain Marvel's fault. Just, I mean, of course it's not. It's not the inanimate cardboard card's fault that I lost. Learning the game. All right, I can really see the appeal for this game. There's a lot, even though it's very simple. I mean, I read the rules and you know, I've watched it played, and it almost feels like, is it really that simple? But there are a lot of decisions to make. I mean, you really want to cycle through. I want to play all of these cards and not use any of them for resources, except for the ones that are designed to be resources, you know, like the double resource icon. All right, so I'm really looking forward to more Marvel Champions. Like I said in the last video, but I'll say it again here, any tips, tricks, hints, things that I missed, did wrong, plays I should have done different, comments down below. Okay, I hope you're enjoying. See you next time.